I'm late. I'm late. I was just busily over here figuring out what shipping I had to do today. I'm like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. Well, here we are. I'm not too late. I'm not too late. Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Very good question, Joanne asked. Like, my title was, when do you need help? When to ask for, what did I title this thing? Whatever it was about getting help. Is that mental, psychological, or is that, physical workout? We're going to talk about both. We're going to talk about both because I think in this business, they kind of go hand in hand too. Based on my 20 plus years and the last 10 helping others, I know it's a big issue. So we're going to talk about that. And if you're watching this on the replay, we're here live every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we have a live chat going on over here where you can ask questions that I try to see all the questions that come through. I do miss some, I know I do. But I answer your questions and we have a discussion about the topic at hand, which really is today about how to know when to get help. So let's first talk about, how do you know when it's time to actually hire somebody to help you in your business, in your selling business? So there's something that I learned a long time ago. The first thing you have to do is you have to analyze and recognize the pieces in your business that are your money makers, the pieces in your business that nobody can do for you. Okay. So in my case, that is the finding the stuff to sell and the pricing. Those are my two babies right there. And technically somebody else could do the pricing, with a little research, but that's really like, I can do that so quick. It's my gut. It's knowing exactly how to go find the information I need, that it wouldn't make sense for me to pay somebody to do that. The pieces that I can have someone else do is taking the pictures, writing up the listings, which means all the measuring and the weighing and all of that stuff. And I could hire somebody to do the shipping, although I'm kind of a control freak on that because that's ultimately my reputation. That's the last part of the transaction that a customer gets to experience from me. So I can't have that messed up. And I have in the past had other people ship for me and had some disasters. So I avoid that. But I definitely need help with, photos and listing so that I can do more of the parts that make money. Now, in my particular case, the other part that nobody else can do is go out and create video content for me. So, and that's a big, big chunk of my life now. So I'm at a point even with that where I'm looking to hire somebody to do the video editing. Noah, I'm pushing Noah. I'm pushing him. But so how do I explain it? So he's on the spectrum. He's on the autism spectrum. And so his brain doesn't work quite the same as someone whose brain is not on the autism spectrum. He's very, very black and white. And he wants things to be right. Call it perfectionism. So he's very, very afraid of making any mistakes. And with that, he's afraid to take on, now he does the shipping videos and he's gotten very comfortable with that. But we work together, I worked side by side with him, so he knows exactly what I want from those. But when it comes to the thrifting videos, he's in that, like, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like, so I'm putting off taking that on. So I got to work on him a little bit. So that is definitely an area that I need to do because I am behind on listing. I am behind on organizing. And I will tell you what, I have dishes in the sink and a pile of laundry in the laundry room. And my house is not pretty. You will see no house tours anytime soon. But that's also because there's not enough hours in the day, and I have to prioritize, because in order to keep this roof over our head, I have to keep doing the parts of the business to keep the money flowing in, right? So that's another area. Like, if you don't want to let go of your listing or your shipping or your photos, then, and if you're spending a lot of time, doing your housekeeping and stuff, and you don't have minions, I mean kids, to help, then that could be a time to bring in help. Bring in somebody, to clean once a month, even once a month. That's my goal. This is so stupid. I do plan on bringing in someone to do like the major stuff, clean the toilets and do the deep clean and the floors and the blah, blah, blah. But I want to get the house clean before they come in. Okay, come on. I know I'm not alone with that. I so know I'm not alone with that. But yeah, I'm just trying to get it to a point where I'm not like completely embarrassed if somebody comes in my house. What do you do? Video editing is very, very time consuming. I see you guys talking about it over there. I just, in all of my infinite wisdom, decided to start using a different program to edit my videos last night. And I don't know what I was thinking, because I have to get extra videos edited this week because I am going away on Friday to go visit my daughter in San Diego again. Oh, there you go. You've got someone in, well, you're closed in the studio while someone is cleaning your house. Very good. Yeah, YouTube does take over your life just a little bit. Yes, it does. Yeah. You're trying to get help with people around the house and having trouble with finding someone willing at the amount I'm willing to pay. That can be a problem too. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Funny story. So pay does not always equate to quality of work. This is I'm going on a little squirrel here with this, but I've hired handyman services to do some stuff around here, because my normal way would have been just to wait until I could watch a video and figure out how to do something myself. Well, that's one of the ways I've decided, like, I'm never going to have time for this. I need to just hire somebody who can do it. So I hired this guy off of Facebook Marketplace. Seemed like he knew his stuff. And like the first time he came here, he hung some outdoor solar lights for me. And he hung some shelves in Rachel's room. And he started on the project of replacing my kitchen faucet. And then that's when it kind of fell apart. He didn't charge me very much that day at all. I thought it was really reasonable. So I hired him back again to finish the sink, and we had to run a water line over to the fridge. So I hired him again, and I hired him to build a bed that I ordered for Rachel. It's I ordered it off Amazon. It's one of those, it's a bookshelf and drawers, but you have to put it together. So I thought, I'll just hire somebody to do that. Well, he asked if he could take it home, because that's where all his tools and everything were, and it would be easier. Okay, I'm trusting. And the first thing he does is send me a picture of a broken corner. He says, oh, it looks like this got dropped. All right, I wasn't going to assume he did that at first. I just figured, okay, whatever, it happened. He's like, it's fine, that can go to the back. Nobody will ever see it. It's still structurally sound. Okay. So he brings it back after 3 hours, just complaining how hard it was. He brought it in 2 pieces. We get it into our bedroom, and he says, I gotta go. I'm like, whoa, wait, you're not gonna finish this? I gotta go. I'm like, okay. So the bed was non-functional because the headboard wasn't attached to the mattress, and it was falling onto the mattress. He asked for $150 for that job, and I'd already paid him. So fast forward, I ordered the same bed for Noah, but it came later. Well, I wasn't going to have this guy do it. So I found another handyman who was offering his services. He's a guy who's been laid off from his job, and he was only asking for 20 bucks an hour. So I'm like, can you build a bed? And he's like, yes, I can. And he came here. He actually worked with Noah. He let Noah participate in help him build it and everything, which I thought was awesome. And man, the difference between the two bed builds is like night and day. Night and day. This guy really worried about his workmanship and cared, you know, and of course I paid him more than 20 bucks an hour. I tipped him very well for doing that job. And so when I asked if he could come and fix Rachel's bed, of course, he was like, yeah, sure. He came here this morning, and the other guy didn't even bring all the parts that went with the bed. He was missing a big piece, and of course he won't answer his texts or anything. So this guy ran to Home Depot, went and got the part, brought it back, got it all working, got it all fixed up, fixed all the things that the other guy did wrong. And he changed the doors on my washer and dryer, so now they open towards each other instead of like completely opposite of what they should be. And 20 bucks an hour. And of course I paid him extra. And it's like, the next time I have a job, you know what? That guy is going to answer my call, and he's going to be the one I hired. So it just goes to show that like what they're asking for in pay isn't necessarily what they're worth. So that was a big long tangent going back to other stuff. There are people who will do really good work and don't expect, you know, 50, 60, 70, $80 an hour. It's the times we're in. We cannot, I mean, okay, this is one of my little tangents. This is one of my, because I do a lot of hiring, both I'm in my business in the past, working for others. I was in charge of hiring and firing. And I can tell you, people don't want to work right now. They don't want to work right now. I think when the unemployment that's been going for a while runs out, we'll see a little more motivation. But it's hard. It's hard to get people to work for the low wages because it's not enough motivation for them to get off the unemployment. Okay, that's just my little 2 cents there. It's the opinions of the host of this show may not be those of the general population. Okay, there's my warning. But it's frustrating, you know, because we're all feeling a money pinch over the last year. So we do what we can, right? We do what we can. I swear my chat is totally frozen again. Yeah, trying to hire people is crazy. It is. Yeah, but don't give up. There are good people. So let's talk about the 2 different kinds of help too. There are what's called virtual assistants, where there's people that you never see in person. They can be in another state and they can do work for you online. I have one of those who she goes and grabs all of my sales and then matches them to the items that I've logged in on my spreadsheets from my purchases, so that I keep track of what's sold and for how much and how much the fees were and all of that stuff. She's virtual. And we worked it out. At first she worked hourly, and then we figured out how many items she could do per hour. And now I pay her for each 20 lines of input. She gets 12 bucks, which comes out to about 12 bucks an hour. Yep. On Thumbtack. Okay, you've had good luck finding help on Thumbtack. Yeah, I guess it just depends. Read reviews, you guys. Read reviews. Read the comments, read the reviews before you hire somebody. I don't know. I seem to be a magnet for getting taken advantage of. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've been taken advantage of by people I hire. But I trust first. I'm always open when we first start a working relationship. It's then you do me wrong, and then that's when the door gets closed. So I try to always not judge the next person by what the last person did. Try to live by that rule. Try. Doesn't always, I mean, it clouds a little bit. You always got the little, but so there are things in your business you can get a virtual assistant. Now, I don't recommend a virtual assistant for listing because they don't have the stuff in their hands, and the time consuming part of what we do requires the stuff in your hands. So just writing up a title and pricing and all of that doesn't really save you a lot. You still have to do the work. Now, it is possible that you can find people who will take a box or a bin of stuff home, list it, you know, do all the work, and then bring it back. I mean, that's what Crazy Lamp Lady does with her assistants. I've done that with my assistants, although I like having them here. I like them to ask questions, and I don't let breakables leave. I only did that like with clothing and shoes and purses and things that couldn't break. Yeah. So, but virtual assistants can keep track of your bookkeeping. Like, and once you get to a certain place in your business, like the point I'm at with my business, I need to make sure I'm not getting in trouble with the IRS. So I have a bookkeeper. That is not something I should be spending my time on. And I spend $500 a month for that bookkeeper. And what that $500 a month does is give me the peace of mind of knowing at tax time, I'm not going to be in trouble. I can pay my taxes. She tells me how much I need to set aside to pay my taxes, all of that. And all of that time I would have spent figuring out all that information, I can be doing the money making parts of the business, which pay for that. And a lot of times we get into this mentality of like, I can't afford it. And then we get stuck. And so this doesn't really apply to those of you who are just starting out and just newly listing on eBay and other places. This really applies to those of you who've been doing this for years and you can't seem to get past here. Like you've reached your plateau. No matter what you do, it just seems like you can't list anymore, you can't sell anymore, and you can't make any more money. That's the time to analyze and look and see, okay, which parts of this could I let someone else do so I can grow the business? And in growing the business, it pays for that help and some. I mean, that's the goal. It not just pays for the help, but it gets you to a next level of growth. I actually use a bookkeeping service that, for me, the programs didn't really work because I still had to figure out how to analyze the numbers. Now I'm using Quickbooks, but they manage my QuickBooks. Like literally, if let's say I go out and I go to Goodwill and, you know, I come back with a receipt, we use a program for me to literally take a picture of that receipt and send it to them. So they know exactly what that money was for when it comes through my bank. And then they keep track of all that. And they know what's an expense for, you know, office expense or cost of goods or automate, like they know all the details, analyze that and give me the rundown, you know, like once a quarter right now. It's like, okay, whoa, why are you spending so much money on blah, 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 you know, and why is this so low? And so it's that kind of a service that I use because that's what I need. That's what I need. Hello, everyone that I haven't said hello to. I see some of you are just popping in. Yes, and we had Not Your Dad's CPA. We did an interview with him a few weeks ago. Go back and watch that, you know, if you're in a quadrant. He's got a really good service as well. I'm just looking back through the comments because I'm missing a lot. Thumbtack is more for finding like housekeepers and handymen and people to do projects and that kind of thing. They're going to be contractors, which I recommend. I recommend you hire contractors. It makes your bookkeeping a lot easier than having to do payroll. Payroll is kind of a pain in the batushki. It is. Yeah, maybe Melissa can find a link to that. But if not, it's in one of the Monday lives. Yeah, he also, yeah, if you go through my link, you get a discount for his services as well. Yep. Yeah. We might have him on again too, closer to tax time if he's got time. Most accountants don't during like major tax time. Like, I mean, I'm talking like, April. Maybe next month we'll have him back on. Yeah. So, let's see. What else? What questions do you guys have around that? Instead of me just rambling, let me like just take a little breather and see if you've got some questions. You had an online business that sold niche collectibles for 8 years. It got to the point I had to decide to go to real storefront, aka warehouse, or grow virtually. Tough decision. Yeah, I love brick and mortar retail. It's still my dream. I am going to open a thrift store, not necessarily because it's going to make me more money. It's just that I love it. I love it so much. And then I can get out of the antique mall and actually not pay that rent and be in my own space and have a little more control over bringing in big stuff, getting big stuff moved out and all of that, and putting the big stuff on eBay. That's the hard thing about having the space at the mall is I can't have that stuff really cross-posted anywhere because I'd have to go check constantly if something's sold, and that's just a pain. But I like brick and mortar retail, but I want to integrate it with eBay. That's what my big consignment store was that I had opened 4.5 years ago, 4+ years ago. Maybe some of you were around during that time. Remember I had the time machine shopping experience. We had a 24,000 square foot building, and it was a consignment store, meaning everything that came in, well, almost everything. A lot of it I still bought, but a lot of the stuff was consigned by other people. And we had a system. So unlike an antique mall where you have a certain space to set up, we had a system that tagged their item with a QR code. We could put that item on eBay, and that was one of the services we provided. So we put the item on eBay and we could merchandise it in the store more attractive to buyers. So literally it was a time machine setting where you walked back in time. So we had it laid out. You start out, you walk in, you're in current, and then you start making your way back to the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, or till you find yourself in the 1800s. And I'm really sad that I could not keep that up, but divorce will do that. Yeah, and we never completely finished the software, which is a major bummer. But I plan to kind of do a smaller type version of that when I open my next store. Yeah, payroll can be easy. It's just, it's costly. And the fact that you, and most people don't know this, on top of what you pay that person, you have to pay into, was it Social Security? And so if you pay somebody, let's just round it at $10 an hour, you're really paying them more like $11 or $12 an hour when all is said and done. And just keeping track of all that. And I did it. We had 5 employees at the time machine. So, yeah. What are the fees for booths at antique malls? Well, it varies depending where you are in the country. Here in Vegas, it's generally about $3 a square foot. So like a 10 by 10 booth is going to cost you around $300, give or take. I pay $575 for 2 booths because I have 2 booths. And I have a booth that's up in an undesirable location of the mall because I knew I could drive my own business there. So, oh, thank you. Melissa found it. She found it. And that has like the link in the description and everything to go check out his services. He's an e-commerce guy, knows what he's doing. It's about 13% on top of gross. Thank you for that number, Michelle. 13% on top of gross. So yeah, so about what? Like, so $1.30 more per hour than you're actually paying them. Yep. Yep. Yeah, for me, it just, and now, but you know, you got to be careful. You can't just hire somebody as a 1099 if they're not truly a 1099 contractor. So one of my qualifications of when I'm hiring a lister is that they must have experience listing on eBay. I can't train them to list on eBay. I can train them just how I want it done. That's the difference. So they already have to have the skill set, but you can tell them how your little particular nuances are. Yeah. So Helen pays $350 for 2 booths in Connecticut. Are they 10 by 10 booths? Yeah, we're here on the West Coast where everything is like a little on the pricey side. And getting pricier. I'm so glad I got the smaller car with the smaller gas. Not a gas guzzler anymore. Yay. Yeah. Is Square good for payroll and taxes? I do not know. I forget. What was the service I used to use? I used, oh gosh, it's been too long. I forget. I don't remember. Okay, so there's that. Don't get yourself in trouble by hiring somebody as a 1099 when they truly aren't. That is one of the red flags for taxes. And I tell you, I know a lady, I don't know how she gets away with it. In the thrift store that I worked at, every single person was 1099, even though we physically had to go to that place of work and we were there on the hours that she set and we were employees. She got away with it. I think she's put a few people on W-2 now to stay out of trouble, but I don't know. Don't play with fire. Just don't play with fire. Your booths are around $40 or $50 per month. Yeah, cost of living and the prices of things is so crazy around this country. I'm telling you. Yeah. I don't know. The thing I do like about Vegas, though, well, there's a couple things I like about Vegas. There's so much stuff here. It's such a transient town. Like, there's very few people who can actually say they're native to Las Vegas, that they were born and grew up here. There's a lot of people come and go. So there's just a lot of stuff. The second thing is that it is a hub with our airport and everything, and it's a tourist destination. So I get to see a lot of friends and family, and when I was in other places, I didn't get to see. So I do like that aspect. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the other side of things, because I had several people asking, like, when is it time to get help emotionally, mentally? And let's face it, this has been probably the hardest year that many of us have ever faced in our lives. Mentally, you know, as good as my year has been with eBay picking up, the YouTube channel taking off, all of that, I mean, I feel really, really blessed. Like, I haven't gotten into a financial crunch, but mentally, emotionally, I've had some pretty down times. I'm suffering from that lack of social interaction that I was so used to. You know, my church shut down. I used to sing and serve. You know, I ran the children's. I didn't run anything on Sunday mornings. I did all the setup of the classrooms. I prepared the lessons, and I kind of was like behind the scenes support. And I also was a singer in the band and did that every week. And I had my friends, and we had our, you know, our routines and seeing each other every week. And then that all went away. And that's been really hard. That's been really, really hard. And just that kind of the isolation and, you know, I mean, I've got my kids, but you guys know, I mean, I love my kids, but kids are not adult conversation. Kids are not, we have to take care of our kids' emotional health, not the other way around. So that's been tough. You know, I haven't, my trips to San Diego have been like a godsend because it's adult conversation for a weekend that I don't normally get here, and just the interaction. So everybody's kind of worn down, and I gotta tell you, the mask thing is getting to me. It's really getting to me, and I know a lot of people have a lot of feelings about it, but I think we're at a point where we're already so in danger of being dehumanized by all of this virtualness, you know, just even this, like we're interacting virtually and social media, and we're just typing on screens, and then when we're out in public, we don't see people. We don't see people anymore. We see eyeballs, and we don't see smiles. And I think the long-term effects of that are going to be really bad. It is my personal opinion. I also think it's going to be really bad to our immune systems to have kept things so sterile. So, I mean, take it or leave it. That's my opinion. It's my 2 cents on it. I think we have got to, if we have any chance of regaining some of that, we have got to get back to normal. We've just got to get back to not living in fear and not thinking that everybody is potentially going to give us an illness. I mean, and I'm saying that from the place of, guys, like I have had some phobias in my life. Like I was so phobic of getting sick that I didn't want to leave the house. And when I did leave the house, I needed to know exactly where I was going, what I was facing, how I was going to be able to, you know, shelter myself. I just didn't do it. I kept myself. So I understand, like, this has been a battle of, ooh, wow, this is back where I felt comfortable of just, you know, staying home. And that could be a dangerous place. Yeah, agoraphobia. There we go. Is the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, and some people are, I mean, you may not have seen it. I may not, yeah, you probably saw it in a video. I don't even know which videos are out yet and which aren't. I wear a very thin mask because otherwise I feel like I just absolutely can't breathe. I'm like you. I'm like the claustrophobic, like I need my air. Yeah. So I don't want to get into a whole conversation of that because YouTube doesn't like that. So we won't talk too much about Cousin Rona, but it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds. Now, we've got the issue of mental health. Children are committing suicide. My kids, I mean, they had, with church, they had their group. They went and they played, they had friends, they did stuff. Like, kids are social. They had, even though they are in a home-based charter school that only meets or met once a week, they still have that one time a week where, you know, they were with their teachers and everything. So our kids have got to get back to being kids. Yeah. So I go to counseling, and there's no bad stigma around needing somebody to talk to around your mental health issues. I'm going to say it right now. A lot of times, you know, we're made to feel like, oh, you don't have it all figured out. Like, no, I don't. At my More Funds, Bigger Profit event several years ago, I had a multi-millionaire come and speak to my audience. I got to interview him on stage, and one of the questions that I asked him was what is the secret to your success? Like, cliche, but it's an important question. And I thought his answer was amazing. His answer was, these are the words my father taught me: I'm in trouble, I need help. 6 words. I'm in trouble. I need help. Never, ever, ever be afraid to admit when you need help. People who are the most successful and seemingly have it all together in life are people who know how to ask for help. And that help, again, it can be emotional, mental help, or it can be physical help. It can be getting help with your overwhelm in everything that's going on. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with asking for help. And yes, a lot of you know we've had a family changing tragedy over the last few months, and I've needed help dealing with it. So yeah, it doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me stupid. It doesn't make me crazy. It's just admitting that I don't have it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out. Yep. And I agree. I don't even know how I would have gotten through half of what I've gotten through in my life without my faith in Jesus Christ. I am just going to put that right out there. It's like, if I didn't think God had me, like, and was holding me through some of this stuff, oh, I don't even know. I don't even know how I would do it. That absolutely gets me through every single day. Every single day. Yeah. And I will just say, just like we were talking about, not all handyman services created equal, not all cleaning services created equal, not all therapists are created equal either. So here's the other thing that a lot of people, and I hope I'm giving this message to somebody who needs to hear it. If you don't feel like you're getting help that you need, if you don't feel that person is connecting with you and understanding that place you're at, there is nothing that says you have to stay with that therapist or that counselor. Okay? Switch it up and find the one that's right for you, because ultimately it's about what's right for you. So I'm just going to say that too, because I used to feel like there's something wrong with me if it's not working. And that simply isn't true. They're just people too. They're people. Yeah, losing a job, isolation, depression's real. Depression's real. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lana, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, it's okay. Like, that's my opinion, again, is that we are actually put on this planet to serve one another, to help one another. And when someone has a physical limitation, there's plenty of strong people around to pick up the slack. And I think our world would be such a better place if everyone recognized their gifts and their strengths and connected with those who have opposites, or, you know, that can, you know, somebody else can feel where I have a weakness and I can feel where they have a weakness. And then it all is this beautiful chain of service to one another. And you know, you can get me going on this. It's like, you know, we started off, you know, the world with the 10 commandments, but, you know, really that all was boiled down to one. One commandment is to love one another. Love. And that doesn't mean, you know, romantic lovey-dovey love. That means the kind that we're talking about. Like, I see you when you're down. I offer you a hand and pick you up. I don't turn my back and go, oh, I don't want to get involved. No, that's not love. Sometimes love is telling somebody what they need to hear, even if they're not really open to hearing it. It's planting seeds. That is love. Yeah. So, but that is it. That is our purpose here on this planet, is to love one another. Whether you believe in God or not, It is what it is. And if we just did that, if that was the message, I mean, just think about it. What do we have? 7 billion people on this planet now? Are we still at 7 billion? Somewhere around there. I know I sang a song that talked about the 7 billion. So I think it's 7 billion. That's a lot of people like helping out one another. That'd be really crazy cool. People need people. They do. Love comes in many forms. It does. Yep. I love the reselling community. I love this reselling community. I love the friendships that I've made, both with you guys who come over here to my chat and you talk to me every week, and the other YouTubers who are doing the same thing. And we have our own, connections and talk. I mean, it's great. It's great. I love it. You need social media help, how to sell on Instagram and Facebook business, linking them together, etc. I wish I was better at Instagram. I actually have, my daughter is taking over my Instagram because she says I'm not doing it right. Jordan's going to be doing that. Jordan tells me I need help. She's really good at telling me I need help. Yeah. So the topic of, the chat today encompasses all of it. We just need to know when it's time to ask for help. Central Gulf Court, Gulf Course, Gulf Coast. Why did I say Gulf Coast? It's okay. Better late than never. Better late than never. Yes, she does, doesn't she, Melissa? So I'm super excited. I'm doing something that I have not. I'm gonna see if I can say I've never done it. No, I've never done it. I've never done what I'm gonna do this weekend. No, I've never done it. I've never done it alone. So because I got my handy dandy little Kia Soul now, and I can take a road trip for cheaper than I can get on the airplane right now. I'm taking a road trip this time. And where's my list? I made a list. Oh, do I have it here? I don't have, I made it on a spreadsheet. I went through and found every thrift store that was right off the freeway on my way. And I plan on stopping and thrifting and filming on the way there and the way back. So that way, if Jordan doesn't want to do very much shopping this weekend, it's all good. I will have gotten the shopping bug out, and we'll see. We're going to see how much my little Kia Soul can fit. I got another big honking item last night at Goodwill. You'll see that video next weekend. So I'll give a little spoiler alert. It's an item that I may show it on the thrift battle thing that I'm doing. Oh yeah, I should tell you guys about that, shouldn't I? Wednesday evening at, Melissa, is it 6 p.m.? Help me. I think it's at 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will be on Primetime Treasure Hunter. I am so bad at remembering. I should write this stuff down. It's Dom's channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter. Anyway, I'm going head to head with George the Antique Nomad in a thrift battle. And one of the items that I purchased yesterday, I got to debate if I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to put it on eBay or not. But I found one for sale for $350 on eBay, but no solds. And I only paid 20 bucks. And I had to wrestle a lady over it because you know how at Goodwill, they put the tag on it and it says, take this tag up to the register. So I grabbed the tag and it's on my cart and I'm going up to the register. And I didn't go straight there. I circled around to the linens, a little circle. And then I look over and I see another lady with my item in her cart. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I have the receipt for that. That is mine. And I felt kind of bad, but I get it. I'm sure she was going up to see if they'd give her a price on it. It was like, no, it's mine. Yeah, I should have had somebody like stuff it in the back. But anyway, I got it. I got it back. It's really cool. But then I ran into one of my viewers, and thank goodness she helped me to the car and helped me get this thing in the car. It fit. It's actually still in there. I gotta figure out how to get it back out. Yeah. Oh, you guys are funny. An 18-wheeler. I probably could fill one. That's my dream, is to get a big RV and do road trips. You know how some people they've got the RVs that have the, what do they call that? Like the toy haulers, where you're supposed to put like the ATVs and the motorcycles and the dirt bikes and all that stuff. No, 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 no. That's going to be my little warehouse on the road. That's what I want. Lights that flash to the music, huh? Ooh. Yeah, I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting to this car. It's a big adjustment. It's a really big adjustment, because it is way smaller. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knew too. Yeah. Yeah. So so yeah, so if you guys could come over and support me in that, because the person that wins goes on to the finale, and you kind of like battle up until there's one person left. I would love to win, but I need votes. I need your votes. I got some really cool stuff picked out, but I need you guys who appreciate the kind of stuff that I buy to come on over. I have no idea what George is going to pull out of his hat. It's going to be interesting for sure. I'm a little nervous. George is tough competition. So, and because I'm going to be on the road on Friday, I'm going to do my live sale on Wednesday. So be watching for that. Yep, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We're having the live sale. And so then Friday, I'll just put a video up. Yep. I hate to do that, but I thought, you know what? I need to not worry about getting someplace with Wi-Fi where I can go live on Friday. So we're going to have some fun. It is the jewelry and smalls. I do have some smalls I'm mixing in with the jewelry this time. Yep. And if you purchase something on last Friday's sale, you automatically get free shipping on this upcoming sale. Here you go. Thank you, Tri-State Picker Mom, for posting that. Thank you, Melissa. There it is. Primetime Treasure Hunter. There we go. The thrift battle is on. Set yourself a reminder. We're gonna go head to head. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun. I saw that, Kara. I saw that. So yeah, I've got a lot of videos I've got to get scheduled out so that I don't have to worry about them over the weekend. And probably going to go live at some point on the weekend. So if you aren't already subscribed, be sure you not only subscribe, but hit the little bell notification, and it'll tell you when I go live. I just got to make sure I go live where there's not loud music playing. So I'm going to try to figure something out with that. But yeah, we're planning, conniving, and figuring out some fun stuff for the near future, because Jordan is now in charge of marketing my brand. So there you go. I have handed that over to her. And as a bit of a control freak, this is very hard for me to just hand things over. I guess I should clarify. It's free shipping on, there will be no shipping charged on any of the items purchased Wednesday. I almost said tomorrow, but no, today is Monday. Yes, I'll clarify it when you come to the sale too. All right. You are right, PJ. You are right. The instruction manual has it all. Yeah. So I try hard. I try hard, even though some people make it very hard. I will confess. Just saying. All right, guys, any last questions? Anything going on that we need to know about? Maybe my handyman can clean also. Yeah, he's a very talented guy. You know, we lost, I don't know what his exact job was, but his work ethic is impeccable. So if you're in the Las Vegas area and you need a handyman, he's amazing. And I will pass on his number to you. And he works quick too, literally. He fixed that bed, changed out the doors on my washer and dryer, ran to Home Depot and back in less than an hour and a half. Whereas remember my posting, maybe some of you didn't see it. I had a different, like a plumber handyman. They were still a handyman, but they specialized in plumbing. They were missing a $5 part and had to run to Home Depot. And they charged me $20 for the part and running to Home Depot, you know, part that they probably should have had on their truck. But whatever. Work ethic. Gotta love work ethic. Oh, Donna has, oh, you're moving from Missouri to Florida. That's a big move. That's a big move. So she says she's got lots of stuff for sale. Hook up with Donna there. Hiring for construction. Nobody wanted to do hard labor and could even work on their own. Yeah. Yep. See, look at the networking going on. The networking is amazing. I hope that YouTube in the near future will incorporate something like you can do like on Facebook where you can just click a name and connect with someone. Wouldn't that be great if you could just click somebody's name and send them a message? We can't do that. My hair is a little out of control, right? I'm going to go get it cut this week, but it's frizzen like bad. We've had all this wind and I think it's just so dry. I'm like the scarecrow. I think so, Michelle. I think he'll hustle pretty much anywhere. Yeah. I can send you his info. Uncle Andy says you plan on going thrifting. Got to be back by 4. Yep. Come on back. I got some really good stuff too. Really good stuff. Why is Echo Glass special to me? So Echo Glass is recycled. It's one of the makers of, it's actually, I think it's Eco Glass, is one of the recycled glass companies. There's Eco Glass, there's San Miguel, and of course we all know Fire and Light. It's not so much that it's just special to me, it's that it's really, really trending right now. It's very popular. And I personally, I love the swirlies in the Eco Glass and San Miguel designs. I just like, I call it swirly glass. And there's actually an Australian YouTuber. Oh, is it called Pretty in Pastel? Pretty in Pastel? Something like that. She's hilarious. I've been following her for years. And it's popular down in Australia too. So she shows how she actually decorates with it and has this big collection. And so, and anytime you get like a big YouTuber like that too, that starts some trends going like, oh, she likes that. Oh, I'm going to decorate with that too. So it just sparks a lot of interest, which makes prices go up, which is what we like in this business. I found some Fire and Light and I don't know where it is. I still have bins of stuff that I moved, of unlisted stuff that I moved that I haven't been able to go through. Yard sale in 2 weeks. I'm having a yard sale in less than 2 weeks now, a week from Saturday. I'm finally going to have that yard sale. That I'm going to go live at. I'm going to go live at my yard sale. So that will be something to watch. Yes. because I gotta move a lot of stuff so I don't look like a hoarder anymore. Is recycled glass considered eco glass? Well, eco glass is actually a maker of recycled glass. Eco glass is the name of the company. There you go. Networking happening over there. How do I have time for yard sale? I don't. I have no choice though. I honestly, it's yard sale or donate, and I can't stand the thought of donating without going through it. And if I'm going to go through it, I might as well lay it all out and make some money on it. I mean, it's 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday, and I will probably, my prediction is I will sell at least $1,000 worth of stuff. So, and then stuff that doesn't sell, I am going to donate, because I will have now settled my brain that it can be gone. Oh yes, and I have accepted help to come over and help with that yard sale. I will not attempt this by myself. So that's another thing. Let me just end with this. I am really bad at accepting offers of help. Really bad. Like, I feel like I am imposing on people. I feel like I'm a burden when people offer to help and I accept it. It's very awkward for me. And I have determined that this, yes, mom is coming to help. This is the year of, I am going to allow myself to accept that help, because I love to serve others. I love the feeling that gives me. And if I don't accept that help, I'm robbing people of that feeling too, because they love helping and serving others. So if I turn that down, I'm doing a disservice. And that's how I've mentally been able to change my way of thinking on that, is that I need to be open to it. I need to be open to it. So yes, I have helpers coming for the yard sale. All right, everyone. I hope that you will take on this week in a new way of thinking about the help that you may or may not need. I'm not saying everybody needs help, but be willing to ask for it and be willing to accept it, and do what you need to do to grow your business and make your life better. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, everyone. Bye.